Former Border Patrol Chief Rodney Scott joins us now. Rodney, why do you think the administration suddenly finds a need to build a border wall now? Why do you think that is?
Well, first and foremost, I honestly hope that they do build border wall, but I don't think it's going to happen. The reason that they're taking this action is something as simple. It's called the Impoundment Control Act. That act requires the executive branch to spend money appropriated by Congress consistent with the intent of that appropriations. This money that they're talking about was appropriated in 2019 specifically to build border wall system, not just a barrier, the technology, the roads, all the above. And when this administration came in, and I'd like to remind people, I was in this administration for about 7 months. I was in the room having the conversations. They stopped all border wall construction, but they acknowledged back then that they didn't have the legal authority to do that because of the Impoundment Act. So they've had a strategy all along to do very small steps, the absolute least they could, and then literally just try to let the money drain away because there's a lot of contracting behind the scenes. There's a lot of things the money was being spent on. That money was going to lapse on September 30th of this last year. They were hoping Congress would rescind that money. Congress did not. And this really, in my opinion, and many of my sources inside CBP say it's just a step to avoid a violation of the Impoundment Act. I'll really be surprised if any actual construction takes place.
That's fascinating, Rodney. That's a very inside look at what on earth is going on. The answer is not much. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Merrick Garland, and Alejandro Mayorkas, they're all in Mexico right now. Are they telling the Mexican government, hey, we're going to build a wall? Do you think that's what they're telling them?
No, I don't. And I honestly doubt that they're telling them, if you do not help us with border security, if you don't enforce your own laws, we're going to hold you accountable. That's what the last administration did, and Mexico actually stepped up. The minute this administration came in, they told Mexico, we're a great partner, we're going to be friends, and they really stopped holding Mexico accountable using some of the leverage that we had. I doubt we're going to see anything new out of this. And just to highlight, just this last week, Mexican government literally started contracting buses to ship illegal aliens entering Mexico through Mexico and get them to the southwest border quicker. And there was no outrage or anything from this administration. So I'm sorry, but I'm just not real hopeful anything's going to come out of this.
Rodney, you got to come back and give us this very interesting inside information. I've got one more for you. 50,000 migrants just from Venezuela crossed the border in September alone. That's a record high. Is this a direct result of the administration giving Venezuelans work permits?
It really is. So we talk about push and pull factors, but anytime that we send signals that you're going to be allowed into the United States and released, it increases the flow. And I'm really glad you brought this up. I was talking to somebody in CBP earlier this week that was really frustrated. And this is what that agent told me, that at that one specific station, they were encountering hundreds of adult male Venezuelans each day, young adults. They had tattoos, they had the appearance and the language, how they interact with law enforcement as gang members. But since we don't have access to criminal databases in Venezuela, and they did not admit to being gang members, they were processed as normal asylum seekers and released into the United States. This is a significant threat to our country, and we're being silly about it. We had mechanisms in place to secure the border, and this administration tore every single one of them down. And now they're fighting Texas on putting in a buoy barrier that Border Patrol tested and decided we were going to use.
Amazing. Rodney, excellent information, and we appreciate you being on the show. Come back and see us again soon, please.